What's going on, everybody? So today I thought I would talk you through the 10 essential items that I use for every tournament I play in. Now, before we actually get into the 10 essential items that I use, let me first just say that not every disc golfer needs all the items that I'm about to show you. Every disc golfer is different. Every disc golfer needs different things in order to perform on the course. But for me, these are things that I use either during the round or in between rounds that help me perform at my best. Also for this one, I'm going to exclude disc and bag because those are pretty obvious in order to perform on the course. Also, let me just say that all of these essentials that I'm about to show you are in no particular order. I'm not going to rank them by importance, but I'm just going to go through all of them because they all have equal importance in my mind. So without further ado, let me walk you through my 10 essential items for a tournament. Item number 1, my Team Infinite Mini. This is actually the very first Mini that I ever received from Team Infinite about 3 years ago. I remember how excited I was once I finally got sponsored by them, and so for me this was kind of a good luck charm in some way. So I've used this in every single tournament I've played since being sponsored. For me it's a good confidence booster every time I put it down to mark my disc, or if I'm lining up a big putt, I can look down at this and definitely have some good mojo going into whatever shot it may be. So this gets used every single round I play. So everybody needs a Mini, so why not have one that brings you some good luck? Essential number 2, hat. Now for me, this is my Team Infinite hat that I got this year, but ever since I've been playing disc golf, I always wear a hat every single round I play as well, just because for me, I tend to sweat a lot, and a hat always keeps not only the sun out of my eyes, but it also keeps the sweat out of my eyes. I don't really like to wear sunglasses when I play just because they tend to fog up a little bit, and so a hat really does two jobs in one. Also, I like having something where I can represent Infinite Disc as well, so a hat is definitely something that you'll always see me wearing out on the course. Essential item number 3, a well sack. Now, there are a ton of different grip enhancers for disc golf. You've got the Sport Sack, you've got the Well Sack, and you've got so many others. I've tried a bunch of them since I've been playing disc golf, but the Well Sack has been the best one for me. Number one reason is because it's very compact. I can pack 2 or 3 of these in my bag. I tend to lose them on the regular, so having some that I can pack a few extras in the pockets and things like that and it not take up too much space is definitely a bonus. The other thing I like about the Well Sack as opposed to some of the other grip enhancers is that it doesn't leave a lot of residue on my hand. I've used some before that I use to dry the sweat off my hands, and it actually makes the disc even slicker once I've used the grip enhancer just because of all the residue that's left on it. So I really like the Well Sack, again, because it's compact, doesn't leave a lot of residue, and also these are made by Tina Oakley, who's a professional disc golfer, and so I always like to support other disc golfers when I can while they're out on the road. So definitely check out a Well Sack if you haven't already. Essential item number 4, KT tape. Now, I am not sponsored or being paid to represent KT tape. However, KT tape is definitely essential for me. A few years ago, I hurt my finger on my throwing hand, and I tried a lot of different types of tape in order to help fix my finger so that I wouldn't have a lot of pain when I was playing. But there was nothing that was able to stay on my finger, especially once it got really hot and my hands started sweating and things like that. But also something that was flexible was a big issue for me. So once I found KT tape, it not only sticks very well, but it also is very flexible and it does the job. And so I've been using KT tape for about 2 years now, and I will never go to anything else. This is exactly what I'm looking for. It holds up for any tournament I've played in. And so I always have a full roll of KT tape in my truck just in case I need some extra. But this is definitely something that you'll never see me without. Essential item number 5, towels. So you can never have too many towels, in my opinion. You never know when you're going to need extra towels, whether it's you're playing a course where there is a lot of water, or if there's dew on the grass, or if there just all of a sudden happens to come a rainstorm, which has happened plenty of times for me when I've played in tournaments. So I've got always a couple of these microfiber towels. These are a couple of Infinite towels that I've got. These are perfect for wiping off water off your disc or drying yourself off, whatever it may be. But I also like to have just another towel that I use to wipe off sweat. This is more used in the summer. I don't really use this in winter golf just because I don't sweat as much. But here in South Carolina, it tends to be about 90 degrees plus pretty much every day, in the summer that is. So I always like to have something that I can wipe off with. So I always have one personal towel, and then I've always got my towels to wipe off my disc. So again, can never have too many towels. Essential item number 6, a stool. This particular stool I've had, gosh, probably 6 years now. It's got tons of stickers on it. I used to get a bunch of stickers in packages where I'd order disc, and I had nowhere else to put them, so I put them on this stool. But this is another essential for me just because a lot of the courses that I play, especially in tournament rounds, they're very long, and so having something that I can just kind of whip out and sit on during the round is good for me, so I'm not on my feet for 3 hours at a time. And so this just allows me to have a seat in the middle of a fairway if I need to, if there's a long backup, whatever it may be. This allows me to get off my feet, rest my legs, because normally I'm playing 2 rounds plus, and this allows me just to get the needed rest I need for the day. Essential item number 7, shoes. Now this might sound obvious, as every person tends to wear shoes when they play disc golf or do anything else for that matter. But for me, a perfect pair of shoes for disc golf is essential. And what I like to use for disc golf are trail running shoes. So these are the ones I'm currently using. This is just a pair of North Face trail running shoes. And for me, trail runners are the best shoes to use for disc golf. The main reason is because they perform like an athletic sneaker, so if you're into running or anything like that. But the difference is they have the nice rugged bottom. And when you're throwing on concrete tee pads, or if you're throwing even on natural tee pads, you have a tendency to slip. Sometimes the concrete can be wet, or the grass can be wet, whatever it may be, but the rugged bottom on these shoes allows you to get that much needed grip on a tee pad, or again on a natural tee pad, so that you don't slip. I've mentioned plenty of times on videos I've done or in conversations I've had with other disc golfers that one of my big things that I hate in disc golf is when I can't trust my footing while throwing. So having a good pair of trail runner shoes is definitely an essential for me. Item number 8, body wipes. This might be an item that not many players use at all. Again, this is just something that I like to use. I hate the feeling of having like dry sweat on me. I don't mind sweating at all, but I don't like just sitting in it. Also in the summers, it gets really hot here. And so when you're outside all day long, there's sometimes these tendencies where I can get some sort of heat rash or something like that. These body wipes are great to pack in the bag. I can wipe all the dry sweat, any other kind of dirt that you have on you, and just stay a little bit clean while out on the course. And also, since you don't get to shower in between rounds, this is a pretty good alternative. So another thing that I really like to use are body wipes. Number 9, liquid skin. I started using liquid skin probably about 4 or 5 years ago. It's this tiny little bottle. All you got to do is take the cap off. It's got a little brush, and you just brush it over any kind of cut or scrape you might have on your hand. Whenever you play in the woods a lot, you have a tendency to run into briars, or you can get into sticks, whatever it may be, but you can get cut up a pretty good bit. And so I hate that feeling. I don't know anybody that enjoys it, but this liquid skin is a great thing to have on you. As you can tell, it's a very small bottle, so you can pack it in pretty much any pocket of your bag, and it's easily accessible. I picked this up, I think, at Walmart, and this is definitely something that is always in my bag. I don't ever use it too much, but whenever I do have one of those little scrapes or cuts on my throwing hand, or anywhere else for that matter, liquid skin is definitely something that'll patch it up really quick. So I love having this in the bag. And last but certainly not least, the 10th essential item that I have on the course, water. Now this is just my standard water bottle, but I always have to have at least 2, maybe even 3 water bottles with me in a given round, especially in the summer. Again, when you're playing in the 95-degree heat and you're just outside the whole time, you don't really realize how much water you're losing. And so for me, I just try my best to stay hydrated the entire time as I'm playing. And so having water with me at all times is essential. I think that's just a good tip for anybody doing anything outside for that matter. But again, whenever you're playing disc golf, make sure you always have something to stay hydrated. Not only will it help keep your body healthy, but it'll also help you perform better as well. So water, definitely essential. So that's it, guys. These are my 10 essential items for a tournament. If you're interested in any of these things, I'll make sure to leave some links down in the description below so that you can check those out. Also, let me know in the comments below, what are essentials that you carry with you for a tournament? Are they the same as mine, or do you have different things that you would consider to be essential while you play your disc golf rounds? As always, guys, thanks for watching. If you haven't already, make sure to hit the subscribe button so that you can be on the lookout for future content. Let me know if you like this video, and let me know if you'd like to see anything else. But in the meantime, I hope everybody's staying safe, and I'll catch you in the next one.